Hey, Queen, so are you sick and tired of online dating? Are you scared of online dating? Do you hate it? Well, let me ask you something. Do you have a huge social circle? Do you have a massive network? Are you super social? Well, if you are extremely social and you have a massive network, I can understand why you hate online dating. But I mean massive network where you have dates like 3 times per week. Kind of like you're in such a high demand that who needs to do online dating, right? Well, so today I want to talk about how I am sick and tired of hearing other coaches and people bashing online dating. And especially how you are blaming online dating for your own indiscretions. So let me just say, if you don't have a network where you're constantly meeting new people, new men, where literally you have at least 3 dates per week, your network is massive, then I get it. But if you're single in your 30s and you are missing that boat on fertility and all those things, I am wondering why you're not using logic and accountability to date. So let's elaborate. Okay, so where do we start? For one, let me tell you that I personally met my husband online. We've been married for 13 years. And pretty much all the dating that I ever did was online. And that is because I did rotational dating or circular dating, whatever you want to call it. So, with that mindset or methodology, you are dating a lot of people. So, if you don't have a massive network, um, online dating, it's gonna be it. Why? Because meeting someone phenomenal that is right for you and that is a great candidate and that also is crazy about you is a numbers game. It literally is a numbers game because, probabilities, and this is literally common sense, right? Like it's logic. The more men you meet, the more chances that you're going to meet someone that matches your values and that is crazy about you and that you're also crazy about them, right? So what else? It's literally a numbers game. So if you're not online dating and you don't have a massive network, your dating life is so slow. And I mean so slow. If you're not going on 3 dates per week, right? At least, then I mean, I can see that getting married and finding the one is not a priority for you. But let me talk about the main problem here. I see a lot of people blaming online dating for your own indiscretions. Example, You keep saying that online dating is just for hookups. Okay, so you went on an online date, and on the third date, which is a lot of women's magical number, on the third date, you accept to go to this man's place because, oh, wait, he's cooking this phenomenal meal for you, special meal for you, or he wants to show you this killer wine. So you go to his place, and that means one thing and one thing only, and that is fucking. So you went to his place, you had sex, and then he disappears or he fades out, and you are pissed, you're miserable, and you're like, online dating sucks. Everyone wants to hook up here, right? I'm like, who forced you to go to this man's place? Did he force you? So let's just make a little segue there. The only thing that can actually maybe go wrong with online dating is that you bump into a serial killer, but you could also bump into a serial killer at a bar, at a party, at a, like at a random party, or at a just, anywhere. So that's the only thing that can be sort of out of your control, where you bump into a serial killer and he injects you with a substance and you're knocked out, and then, he rapes you or whatever, and then it's game over. That's the only scenario that I can think. Yeah, that's the problem, right? But again, online dating is not the only place where this can happen, right? This can happen literally, I wouldn't say anywhere, because for example, if a guy is, part of your known circle, like the brother of someone or the cousin of someone, obviously that would be more difficult, right? And obviously that would be the ideal way to meet someone in a perfect world, in an ideal world, but in the real world, so many people just don't have a big enough circle. Yeah. So anyway, going back, another example. So you get pissy that when in online dating, they only just cannot text you, in the app, or they ask you inappropriate stuff, or they send you like dick pics or whatever. So for one, why are you continuing texting back and forth? Why? Just tell me why. Like, you should only be continuing to talk to someone who invites you to a date within just a handful of messages. Like, I don't know, 5 or 10 messages. If you're being someone's pen pal, why are you shocked that you are a pen pal? So what else? Where they send you an inappropriate picture or they ask you something inappropriate? Well, all you do is block, right? Delete and block. So why is it such a big deal? Right? Oh, because that doesn't happen in real life? Well, I guess there's maybe a trade-off for everything, right? The advantage of online dating is that not only the numbers part of it, which that alone is, you know, significantly, like, it makes a huge difference in your life. But it's people, there's a lot of people there that are looking for what you are looking. So all that needs to happen is, see enough people to find a match. And when you are super magnetic and just with a really feminine energy vibe and all that stuff, it really doesn't take you centuries to find the one, right? In my experience, it takes, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 months at the most. If it's taking you longer than 6 months, there's something wrong with your approach. There's something off about you. Maybe your expectations are totally off, which is very common. For example, girl wants to marry billionaire, but girl doesn't look like a billionaire wife. And so there's that, right? So I think perhaps you want to open up your mind to online dating, because I see that it's kind of a trend for other coaches to bash online dating when they themselves met their spouse online, you know? And well, a lot of coaches are not even married, right? So what can I say about that? So anyway, I want you to take accountability for your own literally actions. Like, what are you accepting? What are you going by? Because online dating is nothing more than another place to meet more people. It's it's nothing really special. And I mean, strangers, it's like, well, mommy told me not to meet strangers because it's unnatural and dangerous. Sure. But then don't meet strangers in the bar. Don't meet strangers at a party. Don't meet strangers at the university, because they could all be serial killers. So, like, don't ever meet a stranger then. And if you don't know how to manage predators, other than, serial killers, then who is it to blame, right? And we don't want to talk about blame. We simply want to talk about taking responsibility for your own part. So, what are some of the behaviors that you are doing that you can change to have a better outcome? And that is literally what I teach you in my circular dating courtship for marriage course. So make sure you're on the email list you know, to be in the know when it launches. So that's it for now, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.